The real reason most people never reach financial freedom. Have you ever noticed something strange? Most people don't actually want to be rich. They say they do. They talk about making more money, retiring early, escaping the 9 to 5, buying back their time. But if you ask them a simple question, what would financial freedom actually look like for you? Most people freeze because the truth is they don't really know. They just know they're tired. Tired of bills, tired of work stress, tired of feeling like one unexpected expense could ruin the whole month. Tired of waking up every Monday and feeling like their life belongs to someone else. And that's why so many people never reach financial freedom. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, not even because they don't earn enough, but because they're chasing a blurry dream. And a blurry dream is almost impossible to build. When people hear financial freedom, they usually imagine one thing: never working again. No boss, no alarm clock, no meetings, no emails. Just waking up whenever they want and doing whatever they feel like. And honestly, that sounds nice, but here's the problem. For most people, that version of freedom is not only expensive, it may not even be what they really want. A lot of people don't hate work itself. They hate being trapped. They hate having no choice. They hate needing a paycheck so badly that they can't say no to a toxic job, a bad manager, or a life that slowly drains them. So maybe the real goal is not to stop working forever. Maybe the real goal is to have options. The option to work less, the option to change careers, the option to take a break, the option to choose meaningful work instead of survival work. That changes everything. Because I need enough money to never work again is a huge goal. But I need enough money to have more choices is much more realistic. And that is where financial freedom really begins. Here's where things get uncomfortable. A lot of people say they want financial freedom, but they have no number. They don't know how much they spend each month. They don't know how much their ideal life would cost. They don't know how much money they would need invested to feel safe. So their goal becomes more. More income, more savings, more investments, more everything. But more is not a plan. It's just anxiety wearing a nice outfit. A simple way to start is this: look at your annual spending, then multiply it by 25. If your life costs $40,000 a year, your basic freedom number might be around $1 million. If your life costs $80,000 a year, your number might be around $2 million. Is this perfect? No. Is it guaranteed? Definitely not. But it gives you something most people never have: a target. And once you have a target, you can stop asking, am I behind? And start asking, what would move me closer? That one shift can change the way you think about money. Most beginners think investing is all about finding the perfect stock, the perfect ETF, the perfect market timing, the perfect opportunity before everyone else sees it. But for most ordinary people, especially in the early years, the biggest lever is not investment returns, it's savings rate. In simple terms, how much of your income do you actually keep? Because a high savings rate does two powerful things at the same time. First, you invest more money. Second, you train yourself to live on less. And when you live on less, your freedom number gets smaller. That's why saving more can be more powerful than people think. But this is where many people get the wrong idea. Financial freedom does not mean turning your life into a punishment. It doesn't mean you can never buy coffee, never travel, never eat out, never enjoy yourself. That's not freedom. That's just another prison. The goal is not to cut everything. The goal is to cut the things that do nothing for you. The subscriptions you forgot about, the shopping you do because you're bored, the lifestyle upgrades you buy just to look successful, the purchases that impress other people but don't improve your life. You don't need to remove joy, you need to remove waste. There's a big difference. One of the most dangerous things about making more money is that it often doesn't feel like more money for very long. You get a raise. At first, you feel excited. Then, your apartment gets nicer, your car gets better, your restaurants get more expensive, your vacations get bigger, your standards quietly rise. And after a while, your income has gone up, but your freedom hasn't. You are just trapped in a nicer cage. This is lifestyle inflation. And it's one of the biggest reasons people can earn a good income and still feel broke. The problem is not enjoying life. The problem is automatically spending every increase before it has a chance to become wealth. So every time your income goes up, ask yourself, how much of this can I turn into assets? Not obligations, not monthly payments, not things that make me look rich. Assets, things that can give me more freedom in the future. Because wealth is not built by income alone. Wealth is built by the gap between what you earn and what you keep. A lot of people want to jump straight into investing, but if your basic money system is messy, investing will not magically fix it. Before you try to build wealth faster, make sure the foundation is strong. You need to know where your money goes. You need some emergency cash. You need to separate spending money from saving money and investing money. This sounds boring. But boring is powerful because most financial disasters don't happen because someone picked the wrong ETF. They happen because life hits them and they have no buffer. A job loss, a medical bill, a family emergency, a sudden repair. Then they go into debt, sell investments at the wrong time, or stop their plan completely. Financial freedom is not built only by ambition. It is built by structure. A system beats motivation almost every time. The biggest mistake people make is thinking financial freedom is one huge finish line. Like one day you hit a number, and suddenly everything is solved. No stress, no fear, no pressure. But real freedom doesn't usually happen all at once. It happens in layers. First, you build enough savings to stop panicking over small emergencies. Then you build enough investments to feel like your future is not completely dependent on your next paycheck. Then maybe you build a side income. Then maybe you reach a point where you can walk away from a bad job. Then maybe years later, you can choose whether you want to work at all. That is real progress, not some overnight fantasy, not a perfect retirement dream, just more choices, step by step. And honestly, that might be the most realistic version of freedom for most people. Not never working again, but never feeling completely trapped again. So if you feel far away from financial freedom, don't start by asking, how do I become rich as fast as possible? Start with better questions. What kind of freedom do I actually want? How much does my ideal life really cost? What am I spending money on that doesn't matter? How much of my income can I turn into assets? And what system can I build so I don't have to rely on motivation forever? Because the hardest part of financial freedom is not always the money. Sometimes the hardest part is getting clear enough to stop chasing someone else's dream and start building your own. If this video helped you think about money differently, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. What does financial freedom actually mean to you? I'll see you in the next video.